Hello everybody, welcome back once again. We are playing Final Fantasy 13-2. This is the Steam version. Just about to head into Yasha's Massif 110 AF, so let's get started on this. There are going to be no live triggers for this.
A never-before-seen paradox effect haunted the Yasha's Massif. The disappearances of numerous Academy staff members were followed by the discovery of strange floating orbs. Something terrible had happened, but no one knew what it might mean. A method to reverse the paradox was never found, and with the passing of the years, the Crimson Spheres simply became another part of the scenery.
Something is happening in the ruins of what was once the most prosperous city in the world. Many of the scientists and researchers who came to investigate the site have gone missing. And when they do, ominous sphere-shaped objects appear in their place. Mog seemed to know all about the orbs. He told us they're called rubies of grief. They're manifestations of the remorse and sadness left by the unlucky souls who disappeared into the paradox. The orbs resonate with a powerful emotion sealed inside. What kind of message are they trying to tell us?
Alright, kind of message indeed. We're about to find out.
Welcome to the fallen city of Padra, a site of ancient ruins. We don't get a lot of visitors around these parts, although I'm not very surprised, since there's not much to see or do here. There was a powerful paradox effect in these ruins. A group of Academy staff investigating the area just disappeared without a trace. That's why so many sections have been closed off.
Hey Noel, do you feel that?
Yeah. It's like someone's talking to me inside my head.
Oh, evil Paradox, where did you take Millie? This is her sister, and I'm worried sick about her. It's all my fault. I can't believe I left her alone after our stupid argument. She must be furious. I need to see her again so I can apologize. But I don't know if I can or ever will. I've become a victim of this mishap, too. I feel so guilty, so responsible. If only I'd been able to keep... I'm sorry. If only I'd been able to find the keepsake she was looking for. Alright, so this is Gerhild's Blossom, the Yasha's Massif 110 AF. A young woman named Marie was engulfed in a paradox, and now all that remains are her memories and sorrows crystallized in a red orb. Is there any way to carry Marie's message of remorse to her distant sister?
What you heard was the voices of the tormented victims who disappeared into the void beyond. Well, their grief and anguish remained here.
Get it. So that's what that was. Is there anything we can do for them?
I'm with Noel. Let's help them find peace so they can go to a better place.
Alright, first stop here is
If I
actually
sense
go
the
up
slightest
here.
hint of danger, I'm out of here.
Excuse me. Alright.
Over there, Mog.
Service manual. And this area is open in this version of the Yasha's Massif. So we'll make sure to explore all that we can.
I wonder what kind of person is brave enough to become a guardian.
They need to hire more employees, that's for sure.
Over there, Mog. This gives me the creeps.
Here's another Ruby of Grief, but I guess that's not active right now. We'll have to, do some of the other quests first, I guess. So we'll be back later for that. So there's the active one. actually another ruby down here. Which, yeah, also not active quite yet. Looks like there is...
The ancient Cirrus was protected by a warrior blessed by the Bible.
There's a gate seal up here.
They need to hire more employees, that's for sure. Maybe we could use bots.
Oh, I wanted to take a look here. Do I have a green chocobo? No, I do not yet. Green chocobos are available in this version of the Yasha's Massif. I might try to grab one eventually. Let's see if there's anything down here. Yeah, there's a guy that's out of phase here. This dude, we can't do anything with him yet, though. We'll just get him revealed. Yeah, that's Thorn, I think is his name. He's, again, related to a different quest that we'll have to come back for later. It's a lot of jumping. Here's the Sporanthes enemy. Those are really good because they've got the item collector infusion ability. Might try to... Oops, I have the wrong paradigm. I need to adjust that. Got the Mandrake. Alright, let's go to paradigms, customize. Oops, I'm going the wrong way.
Good work, everyone.
Okay, yeah, I see you right there. Out of phase.
Giddy up.
Where are you going, lady?
Where am I? What happened to me? I think I got sucked into the paradox. I remember having an argument with my sister, and then I was here. But I know it's not her fault. It's not anyone's fault. I understand that. But if I know her, she's blaming herself for my disappearance. She must be so distraught. Can I ask a favor of you? If you see my sister, tell her that I love her very much, and that none of this was her fault. As much as I want to, I know I can't go home and tell her myself. I was swallowed up by the paradox. I was attacked by the monster. I just don't belong in this world anymore.
Sad. Alright, got some wedding jewelry. I'm gonna go down and just explore this last little bit here, and then I'll turn around. Oops. Ran right into these guys. Hey, there's this part. Alright, let's take a look at this guy. So yeah, there it has the item collector, which increases the odds of obtaining rare items after battle. I don't know if I'm going to be able to infuse that, though. Let me just see here. Oops. It would help if I go to the right spot, though. No, it's so... it looks like item collector isn't high enough on the priority list here. So I actually won't be able to get that. The only other way to probably I would have been able to get that. It looks like just like looking at the infusions that I have or the passive abilities that I've got on this Ravager. I would have needed to yellow lock a bunch of these skills, probably like Item Scavenger 2. That maybe would have been the only one that I would have needed to do. But I also would have definitely had to yellow lock the item collector. So if I would have held off a little bit, I probably could have done this. But yeah, my blue chocobo is probably kind of just stuck the way it is for, well, forever. So at least that one anyway. I'll definitely end up remaking a blue chocobo later, but it's not going to be a real high priority. And better or more chances at rare items is cool, but I honestly think that just getting my chocobo kind of done and ready to go was definitely, well, yeah, obviously it was more important for me. Actually, one thing, let me just see here. Yeah, and I do have another blue one that I could start on, but I think I'm gonna hold off on that. Let me just see here. All right, we got one. There's one item. Yeah, over there. I see it's out of phase. I'd like to see a green chocobo. I'm kind of surprised we haven't run into one yet, but eventually that will happen. Terrorist mark. Okay. Last item that we need to get is down here. You can see it floating. Nailed it. There's the outdoor watch. That is a quest item for one of the NPCs in it's not this version of the Yasha's Massif. I don't remember if it was the 10 AF or I don't know. There's the Chunurpitan. Anyways, I can't actually remember all the different versions of the Yasha's Massif we've been to already. There's it's either 3 or 4 versions total, which is pretty crazy. Let's see what this Chunurpturn's got. Oh, it's got Gillfinder too. What is a commando? Oh, that thing's a medic. Mandrake is a commando with nothing interesting. You know, now that I think about it, let's infuse this Spiranthes right away onto this new blue Chocobo. I don't know if I'll end up actually doing much with that guy, but I might as well infuse it now and get rid of that Spiranthes in case I get another one to crystallize, because then I could, you know, yellow lock it right away. And there's the green Chocobo. Alright. Got him launched right away. Surprised he didn't try to heal before that. And I don't have enough on my Feral Link gauge, so I'll just have to beat this guy down. Yeah, and it didn't crystallize. That's alright. Better luck next time. Oops. Wrong way. Green Chocobos are pretty good medics. The only other one is the white one, and I've definitely read at times that the green one is actually better than the white one, but I don't remember if that's true or why that would be. So I have to take a look at that later. What? Have you something from my sister? A wedding present for me? How can that be? She knew she was in danger, but she put my happiness first. Up until the very end. Thank you so much. There's nothing more I can ask for. I know I'll be able to see her again somewhere, somehow. Alright, there's Gerhilde's Blossom done. I'm going to zip up here to the top and see if this orb is the one that's active next. I just don't remember if it's this one or... Oh, I see the one down below there is active. See from down here, it's nope, that one is not active. Okay. All right. Well, that makes our decision easier. Anyone, can you hear me? I have a message. The searchlights aren't wired correctly. If this isn't dealt with immediately, it could lead to a horrible accident. I'm Abraham. I used to be the technician in charge. Unfortunately, I disappeared before I could teach anyone how to do what I do. The current guy in charge isn't doing things by the book. Someone needs to tell him about his mistake. Alright, the Yashas Massif 110AF, a man called Abraham, was swept up into a paradox, and now all that remains are his memories and regrets crystallized in a red orb. He was once a technician in charge of maintaining the searchlights, but he was taken away before he could teach his successor everything he knew. Alright, find the technician. I don't remember...
I wonder what kind of future the people of Padra envision for themselves.
Oh, is he up above? Okay, yeah. Alright, well... we'll just have to find ourselves...
We could get this done a lot quicker if we had more people.
Hey, look, there's one now. And it's an asshole chocobo. Running a little low on greens here. I might have to actually buy some. Alright, so we're going to jump up here, by that searchlight.
What? Someone told you that there's a problem with the way I do things around here? Who told you that? Whoever it was is a lying son of a gun.
What should we, or who should we say told us about the searchlight issues? I'm gonna go with the, I think we need to answer the manual. Let's see. Yeah, the manual.
So I see you finally got your hands on a manual. Let's take a look at it. able to make a few changes. If I continued to do things my way, it would have led to an awful accident. Guess I owe you a big thanks for pointing it out. A lot of what's in this manual is highly technical stuff. Did you figure it out on your own, or did you have someone explain it to you? If it's the latter, tell them I said yes.
All right, there's the technician's note. Oh wow! So while I was in that cutscene, the timer kept ticking for the chocobo, so it ate all my greens. That's pretty lame. I'll have to try to remember that if that little scenario ever happens. Hey, there I got another crystallized Spiranthes, so I'll be able to just infuse that. There we go. Alright, let's do that right now. Where's our blue one? Hang on a second here. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Did I have another blue one? No? Alright, well, we're gonna have to find out what happened here. Oh, I see. Item collector is a red locked. Okay. Well, so yeah, that doesn't work. I wasn't paying attention to that. Obviously, being that it's a red locked ability, it's not going to be able to be transferred over. How does that? That doesn't make any sense. Let me just see something here real quick. That means we need to grab that from a different monster, and I don't know which one is going to be better for that. Let me just take a look here real quick. Alright, item collector. Apatomkin, Gankana Ace, the Triffid, or a Cactrot. Okay, well, do I have any of those? Let me just see here. Apatamkin, that's something way later, I think. That's like quite a ways off. Gankana Ace, though, I've run into a bunch of those. I probably have one. Let me just see here. Gankana Ace. Oh no, I don't have one. I have a regular Gankana, though. Alright, Triffid. Don't remember what. Triffid seems familiar. Nope, not seeing one either. Alright, and then I definitely don't have a Cactrot. So, alright, well I don't have whatever monster, or I should say any of the monsters that we need to confer that ability. I actually really thought that Spiranthes, I thought that was transferable, but no dice. Okay, well I feel better now about my the blue chocobo that I did build, right? Because it's going to be a while before we'd be able to get that. Anyways, yeah, Triffid just seems really familiar, but the Gankana Ace, obviously, I've definitely run into those before. That's probably Arcite Step. I just I didn't get lucky enough to actually get one to crystallize.
We can't give up the investigation now.
The ancient Cirrus was protected by a warrior blessed by the goddess.
I see my message was delivered. Now I can rest in peace. Without a doubt, the current engineer is extremely skilled. He's just a little stubborn. Well, I suppose there's nothing else for me to do here. Thanks again for all your help. Alright, there is Waltrout's flower done.
Bots to handle the workload.
They say that the Cirrus was sentenced to severe punishment.
Ooh, severe punishment, eh? That doesn't sound
really
good.
don't want to be here at this site.
Yeah, that one's active up here. Good deal.
I bet the Cirrus was a fragile girl that everyone felt they had to protect.
My name's Anad. I was a security officer out here investigating the disappearance of the Academy folk. People think they were accidentally swept away by the Paradox, but we have a theory that their disappearance was intentional. The Academy constantly receives threats from terrorist organizations. If they're behind this too, I'm sure there's proof somewhere. Will you search the area for some sort of evidence? And I think that was the terrorist mark. The Yashas Massif 110 AF security officer Anad became a victim of a paradox, and now all that remains are her memories and regrets crystallized in a red orb. She's been investigating the loss of an Academy excavation team and was killed just as she was about to unmask the terrorists behind the incident. And we'll just turn that in right away. Did you find that emblem around here? That's the Sanctum symbol drawn with blood. It's the signature of extremists from the days of the Fal'Cie. I'm sure they wanted to take down the Academy. The team that disappeared was investigating the time distortion that occurred here many years ago. The Cirrus used her powers to seal the disturbance, but now no one out there knows the truth. I pray nothing like that will ever happen again. Ortland is bloom. Alright, and there it said a space-time distortion has appeared. Unfortunately, that means we need to run all the way down basically to the opposite end of the time period, or down to the bottom of the area, however you want to say that. And before I forget, I'm gonna buy some greens up here, because otherwise I'm gonna need them and not have them.
There was a way to cut down on our allies.
Bargains everywhere.
Bargains everywhere. All right. Let's do 20 of these bad boys. Hopefully that's more than I will ever need.
Everyone comes to me to stock up.
Alright, so we are trying to get down here to this corner. Yeah, southwest corner of the area. Not interested in fighting two imps. Thanks, but no thanks. Where all those green chocobos be at? There's one. Hit the Pharaoh Link fast enough, and that didn't crystallize either. They do seem to at least be fairly common. I've already run into two of them. And more imps. Pass. I guess we're fighting these guys. Alright, well, while I'm busy fighting here, I'm gonna look up where the Triffid is at.
You deserve victory!
Triffid. Looks like Archile's Step. Yep, Sunny. Should be pretty easy to snag one of those then.
This rift is part of the paradox that was sealed by the Cirrus Symbol.
No, the ancient seal has been broken? No, we have to stop this before someone gets hurt.
I hear you. Let's go!
Alright, here's the primer on the Hands of Time. I absolutely hate these puzzles. They're definitely the worst of all the, they're like the Temporal Rift puzzles. It says, the mystery of the Temporal Rift known as the Hands of Time. To resolve this anomaly, you must erase all the crystal numbers from the clock face. You can choose any of the numbers from which to start. When you stand on a crystal number and press the A button, the 2 clock hands will move, and the crystal you are standing on will disappear. Starting from the location where you are standing, the clock hands will tick in opposite directions and come to rest in positions a number of spaces away, equal to the number of crystal, or to the crystal number that disappeared. You can now choose to erase a crystal number from one of the positions where the clock hands have stopped. These positions will be marked with a glowing circle. Think carefully about where the clock hands will end up as you choose which crystal number to erase. If both clock hands stop in positions where no crystal numbers are present, you have no choice but to select retry. Once you've erased all the crystal numbers, you can continue to the exit portal. Okay, looks like we've got a 2, 2, 1. Yeah, let's do this one first, and this one to the 1, to the 2, and that's pretty easy, but there are some that are not going to be anywhere near that easy. And so like this one, I have no idea what's going to be easy or not, so I'm just going to do this. This already doesn't look great. This might work out okay. Nope. No, I don't think so. Nope, that's going to be a loss. So I can do 1 here, but then this 2 is going to lead over to here, and so I messed up. This looks like, is this the same? Actually, yeah, this looks like that might be the same one. Yeah, this is a fail as well. Yeah, it looks like it's... No, this one's different too. Yeah, these aren't going to be the same. So unfortunately, that's the other part about doing this in like kind of like for the walkthrough, right? Is these puzzles aren't always going to be the same, and so you know, it's not really gonna help you much, right? So that's messed up too. Unless you happen to get just super lucky and, you know, get one of the ones that I actually did. This one might be it. Yeah, that'll work. 1, 3, there we go. Yeah, they don't screw around with this one. This one's pretty intense. Oh, that's... I don't know about that. I might have got this one. Let's see. 1 here. No, this is way messed up. Yeah. Close. I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah. Boned right there. The other issue, you know, is these are timed, and so it may be a better idea to just, like, you know, kind of take a peek at them and try to figure them out beforehand, but more times than not, I just do the just kind of trial and error. 3, no, this one's not going to work either. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah, that's no good. fail right away. Hey, there we go. Oh my god, there's more. Alright, so I just wanted to point out one thing here. Obviously, I took a little, there's a little splice in my video here, and that's because this puzzle was annoying me. So basically what I did was I just, you know, kind of hung out at the edge there and figured out the combination here before I actually, you know, basically what you can do is you can stand right on the edge and just kind of look at it, and then the timer doesn't run down, right? So then when you're ready to actually solve it, you can run up and then solve it that way. So again, that's why there was a little splice in the video there, and also obviously that puzzle that was there earlier wasn't the one that I actually did, but there it is. That's the final result.
We stepped into the rift and solved the paradox. It was the same paradox, the same ancient threat that Yule had banished into the void beyond so long ago. The Seeress distorted the timeline to save an entire city. But I have to wonder what went through her mind as she performed such an act. Did she know how her intervention would change things? Did she look into the future? Was she able to see the consequences of what she did?
All right, let's do a little figuring out here as far as what we've got left to do. Locations. All right, so it looks like we're at 4 out of 6. Let's see here. Oops, I should have actually checked what fragments are done. All right, 110. Alright, so we've got Waltrud's Flower, Gerhild's Blossom, Ortlinde's Bloom, Book of Avalon. Means there's 2 left. Actually, that looks like we might... Yeah, we're done here then. The other 2 fragments are not available quite yet. Those will be available once we do some of the side quests and stuff in one of the other versions of Yashas Massif. Let's return to the Historia Crux then. Let's see here. Yeah, Ereba is probably next. I think I'm going to do Ereba, though, in a different video. Yeah, because that one's going to be a little longer, and there's actually going to be some live triggers and stuff in that one. So anyways, we'll end this one here. As always, hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.